Hi, this is Vicki with My Paper Connection. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the United States, and we're going to make this really fun card. Look at it glitter. Isn't that fun? I think I found a new obsession, and it's called Shimmery Crystal Effects. Now, you wouldn't know by looking at my fingernails that I'm not a glittery person, but I'm really not. I just found these through a friend who sells Color Street, and I'm having a blast with them. But anyway, I digress. These two products right here are so fun, and I've just been putting it on everything. If you stay too long at my house, you better watch out because you might have iced stamping glitter and shimmery crystal effects on you. So anyway, this is what we're going to make today, and it's a super easy and fun card to make. So without further ado, let's just get started. Okay, for my card, I'm going to use Real Red and Garden Green. I love how these colors complement each other. So I'm just going to go ahead and get my stamping done. So I'm going to bring in Garden Green ink, and I'm going to use this very large Christmas tree. Now with stamps this large, I like to just turn it face up and then just pat, pat, pat. I do like to look to make sure, and I'm going to go ahead and do it one time real quick. Sorry, I'm not even putting a whole sentence together there. But welcome to my world. Yep, that's going to have great coverage. So what I like to do is tap it and then look at it to make sure that it's going to have a great coverage or not. And I don't really care if the stem shows very much, but I do want the star to show. So I'm kind of just going about like that, and I'm not sure if I made the star go off the top or not. Oh, that was perfect. Perfection. Okay, so rather than be awkward with how I stamp it, I'm just going to turn my paper around, and I'm only going to stamp half of it. So I'm going to come in as close as I can without overlapping and go like that. And I really didn't overlap too much. That's awesome. Way to go, Vic. I'm going to do it again one more time. One more time. I don't even know what I'm doing. Okay, here we go. Boom. I actually did overlap a little bit, but you know what? It's really not a big deal, and I can cover it with an ornament if I need to. So I'm just going to set that off to the side. And while I have my Garden Green out, I'm going to go ahead and stamp my sentiment for the inside, which is going to be wishing you a Merry Season. Let me give it a test drive. Okay, just like that. Okay, I had one last thing that I have to stamp in the Garden Green, and that's my little sentiment that's going to go on the front. And I'll give you a little hint. If you cut a lot of paper and you have these strips left over, keep them, because that's what this is. It's a leftover strip from cutting my paper, and I'm just going to stamp my sentiment on top of it. Ugh, I messed it up. There we go. Much better. I'm going to bring in my black Memento ink and my scrap paper here, and I'm going to stamp 3 of the ornaments. I'm going to do 2 in that with this style, and then I'm going to bring in another one using this style. Okay, and that's pretty much all the stamping that I'm going to need to do. I may put one on the inside in here actually though, because I do kind of like it. So let me do that. I think I'll use the one with the, I'll just stick it right down there. Okay, now for sure I'm done with my stamping. All right, now I'm going to do a little bit of coloring. So I'm bringing in my blends. I'm going to use the combo for Granny Apple Green, the combo for Mango Melody, and the combo for Real Red. And I'm not going to talk during it. I'm just going to do it quickly. But basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over the pieces with my light first. I'll come back in with the dark and create just little light shading. I'll do some shading. That's the word I'm looking for. And then I'll come back with a light and I'll spread that around. These are alcohol markers, and they are great for showing light and dark texture. So I'm going to go ahead and finish these, and I'll fast forward. Okay, so I've got all of my coloring done, and I went ahead and did the two on camera, and then I just went off camera for these two here. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my punch. These punches coordinate with the Christmas Gleaming stamp set, and you can buy them in a bundle and get 10% off, or you can purchase them together. When I say bundle, I mean with the stamp set, and get 10% off, or you can purchase these together. I'm only going to use the small one today. I just wanted to show it to you. But these actually not only fit the Christmas Gleaming stamp set, but they also fit the Memories from Home stamp set. So I'm just going to pop those out. I love it when Stampin' Up! Creates a product that works for more than one thing. Love that. Okay, put this to the side. Now the next thing I'm going to do is we're gonna foo-foo up our little ornaments. These ornaments remind me so much of when I was a little girl, and my mom had these glass ornaments that had this little crystal, that little sparkly crystal stuff on it. It was just so cool. Now the way I'm going to do these is I want there to be a definition and an outline on these little things here, so it kind of looks like a star rather than just going all over the place. There's a place for that, and I'll do that, but I want to do this first. And you do not want to shake this, because if you do, if you shake it, you know, like that, you're going to end up getting bubbles in it. So you're just going to want to go along right in here and just squeeze it. Just go along the areas that you want it to show up at. And you also do not have to use this in conjunction with the glittery ice or ice stamping glitter. I'm really good at making up names for stuff. And the best way I've found to do this is to take your project and hold it over a coffee filter. It's kind of like whenever I do embossing, heat embossing, I like to do it over a coffee filter. Now see how it's isolated to those little stars? Isn't that cool? Okay, I'm going to keep doing that. I'm going to go ahead and put this on the inside and then just around it, right here. And then just sprinkle it on. Isn't that pretty? Okay, I'll go ahead and do the other ones and you won't have to watch. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and just put this back in. Trying to figure out if I want to put any more on it. I don't think I do. So you just fold your coffee filter up and just pour it right back down in there. It's the best way to do it. Just put that off to the side. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use this, but I'm not going to use the glittery ice. I'm just going to go along in here around the top of it. I want it to look like a glass ornament, kind of like the ones my mama used to have on her tree when I was a little girl. But I'm going to tell you what, if you ever drop one of those on your hardwood floor off of that tree, it would shatter and it would just be a mess to clean up. So you had to be really careful where you stepped, or you might end up having that glass in your feet. But I used to just love decorating trees with my mom when I was a little girl. It was so fun. I still love to decorate a tree. My tree's about 9 feet now though, so I have to have help with it. Okay, so basically what I've done here is I've just placed the shimmery effects on it, and what it'll do is end up making it look like it is a glass ornament. Can you see it? Maybe around it? I don't know. But my lighting has been special today. Just a little special. I think you can see it. Anyway, so I'm going to let that dry for a second. And while that's doing that, I'm going to take a ruler. I'm going to take a pen, and I'm just going to kind of decide, okay, I think I want this open space down at the bottom, more at the bottom, because I can cover part of it up with the sentiment. So let me move those out of the way. I'll tell you what I'm going to do, because I don't want to mess those up. I'm just going to punch out one that I can use as a template. I'm going to put one there. Okay, so I'm going to take my little ruler, and I'm going to take my little felt black pen, and I'm just going to bring it down, just draw myself a line right there. Then I'm going to come right about here, I think. It takes a minute for them to dry, so I'm just going to do the same thing right about here. Then I'm going to come over here, right about the same distance. I'm going to make it a little bit longer this time. And it's right about the same distance from here, so take this down to about right there. Okay. Now, while those are still drying, I probably should have stamped those first before I stamped this. So while that is still drying, I'm going to go ahead and glue my card front. I normally assemble the whole thing before I do that, or the whole front before I place it onto my card base, but I want those to dry just a little bit more, especially since I put more on it that didn't have the glitter. I don't want it to be gooey, so just put this on the back. Right about there. Maybe go up a little bit. There. And let's see. We'll go ahead and get this ready. I'm just going to take my scissors. I'm not going to banner it or anything like that. I'm just going to try to get about the same amount of distance. So I'm just going to lop it off like that. I find if I hesitate, then I mess up. So I try to just do it quickly so that I don't end up making it a curved line or anything. So I'm just going to put that across here. And I know that it's not going to interfere. Sorry about that. Just going to put this right across here. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and put dimensionals on the backs of these. I think they're just about ready. I'm going to use the tiny ones on here. I think it would be the mini dimensionals. I think it'll be easier. You know, I cannot wait to decorate for Christmas. It's going to be so fun. My in-laws are coming in from St. Louis this weekend, and they'll be here for Thanksgiving, and I'm so thankful for that. I'm excited to see them. It's been since July since I've seen them, and it's just going to be fun. Of course, now by the time you see this, Thanksgiving will probably be over, and if it is, then I hope you had a wonderful, wonderful Thanksgiving. I find that being grateful is one of the best things in life that I can be. Because I figured something out. No matter how bad a situation might be, there's always somebody else that's going to have it worse than I am. Always. And I'm grateful and I praise the Lord for my many, many blessings. Whoops. Okay. So now I'm just going to go ahead and line this up like this so that it looks like that line is just like it's hanging from a line. Right? Then just go ahead and take these off. I'll fast forward through this. Okay. I went ahead and went off camera because I was fumbling around so bad. I was trying so hard to not mess those up by taking the things off. And I couldn't lay them down and like that with my take your pick tool because it was still just a tiny bit wet. So there you go. There's that. Now I'm going to go ahead and glue this on the inside. I love these ornaments. They're so, so, so pretty. They're so vintage-like. Love it. All right. Okay, so the very last thing I'm going to do is to place some glitter enamel dots. And I love these. They're so pretty and they're just the perfect color. I kind of want one to go in that little negative space right there. And I think I'm going to bring one down here into this space. Whoops, I let it slip. There we go, down into there. And I think I'll bring one a smaller size right over into here. I don't know, I might go crazy with these things. I kind of like the idea of having one right there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, I need one more in there. So I think I might bring a medium size one and put it right over here. Isn't that pretty? Oh my goodness, I just love it. I love it. So pretty. Okay, well there is my card, and you could see how easy it was to make it. And look at all that glitter everywhere. Isn't it fun? I love, love, love it. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. And I'm not sure if I don't remember if I told you or not, but all of the supplies and basically the recipe for the card will be listed on my website, and my website will be at the bottom of this video. So if you would like to purchase any of these supplies, just go to my website and hit shop. All the supplies will be listed in the blog. Actually, you don't even have to do that. You can just go to the blog and all the supplies will be listed at the bottom, and just click on the supply and you'll be able to order it. The description, the sizes, everything will be in the blog. If you have not already subscribed, please do so. I would love to have you as part of my viewing team, and ring the bell so you'll get notice when the next video comes along. Thank you so much for joining me, and I hope you have a wonderful holiday.